Hey guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be fighting catalytic converter theft on this 2020 lifted Tacoma TRD Pro. And I'm sure by now everyone has been aware of what's going on in our crazy world, and hopefully you haven't been a target of this yourself. But if you didn't know, people are stealing catalytic converters left and right because A, they're easy to steal, and B, they contain precious valuable metals. And unsurprisingly, the Toyota Tacoma is one of the most targeted vehicles for thieves because they have high ground clearance, and to make matters worse, this Tacoma is lifted. And then on top of that, this Tacoma also has 2 catalytic converters. What I have today is the Cat Shield by MillerCAT. Now this is a completely bolt-on shield that covers the cats really well, which deters these horrible people from stealing these things. But hold on, if this thing is completely bolt-on, couldn't thieves just take out all the bolts and then access your cats? Well, they could if they had the multiple keys to the 16 tamper-proof screws all around this shield, which MillerCAT does not willy-nilly give out. They've got a thorough process to acquire new keys if you lose the ones provided in your kit, which I'll show you in a second, just so that thieves can't buy any of them and remove your shield. But beyond that, this Cat Shield is made of 304 stainless steel, which is not fun to cut through. So when thieves crawl underneath your truck and see this thing, it's in their best interest to not target your truck. Okay, you guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you all the detailed features about this Cat Shield by MillerCAT, and I'm also gonna show you how to install it on a Tacoma TRD Pro. So installed, this is what the Cat Shield looks like. It's made of 304 stainless steel, and the cool thing about it is it's actually compatible with the TRD Pro skid plate. So this truck is a TRD Pro. It's got a TRD Pro skid plate, although if you're wondering why it's black, it's because it was painted with spray-on bed liner to be black to match the rest of the truck. But either way, it's really cool because if you have the TRD Pro skid plate or not, this Cat Shield will fit. I will say that during the install part of this video, as you'll see, it would have been a little bit easier if I removed the TRD Pro skid, but I was able to still do it without removing the skid. Speaking of skid plates and the fact that this is made out of steel, you might be wondering if this could technically double as a skid plate. Even though it's technically not designed for that, I'd say it has skid plate properties. I mean, it covers up the transmission, so it's sort of like a transmission skid plate, but I would say this main thing is to cover up the catalytic converters. It's a very user-friendly design because it only has 3 pieces, this main shield and then the 2 wings. And I guess technically a 4th if you want to count the mounting plate. But it's nice that it's simple in that regard, and as you guys can see, it was designed to have these vents, and obviously that helps with heat dissipation. Now, if we take a closer look, you can see here's one of the cats. The shield is mounted in such a way where you can't cut it off. And then the same thing applies to the other side. You can see the catalytic converter and the shield. Because of the shield's design, you actually don't need to take it off during smog tests. I believe during that they have to be able to see like the VIN and other information on the cats, which with this shield is still visible. So that is one nice thing. You don't have to take this thing off. To give you guys an idea of why I'm even doing this in the first place, this Cat Shield is like less than 1/3 of the price of an OEM catalytic converter. And that's just the part alone, not even the labor. So this is just cheap insurance in my opinion, and I totally think it's worth it. Now let's get into the install on this truck.
Before I show you guys the install, I did want to say you can actually go to the catshield.com website and find places near you where you can have your Cat Shield installed. I know a lot of you guys prefer the Toyota dealerships to do your installs because of warranty. I'm not sure if they offer a warranty of this specific product, but either way, you can get your Cat Shield installed at a lot of authorized Toyota dealerships if you'd like, which is cool. But if you'd rather do the install yourself, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Getting started with everything you would need, the only tools you need are a 12mm socket and a 1/4 inch bit driver. Here's a closer look at these tamper-proof bolts. My kit had 3 different types and obviously provided the key for each. And you can see that if I use a regular Torx Spitz that's around the same size, it does not work. So that's a great additional safety feature with this cat shield. The kit also comes with 2 stickers, which I totally forgot to put on the shield at the end, but this is what they look like. So now I'm just assembling the shield, and it's pretty simple. You can't mess up the side that each wing goes on because the driver's side has 4 rivet nuts and the passenger side has 5. I used the 9 short tamper-proof screws for the 2 wings, adding a lock washer and fender washer to each, and put the shield together by screwing them into the zinc-coated rivet nuts on the wings. I just hand tightened them down for now, and when I mount the shield to the truck, I'll actually use my impact. I do want to mention that after the fact and after I made this video, I don't necessarily recommend using the impact on these because while this didn't happen to me, I don't want you guys to over tighten these screws or strip the bolt head or key. So just keep that in mind. With my shield assembled, it's time to move onto the truck, and we need to remove these 2 crossbars from the frame, and those are just 4 12mm bolts. Then I put this threaded top plate above the cross member with the rounded side facing the driver's side. This plate is necessary, so if you have a lift kit where your cross member is modified or cut off, this cat shield will not be compatible. Next up, I lifted the shield up into place. I did my best to hold it with my knee, and I took my 3 long tamper-proof screws and I tried to thread them through, but it was really difficult holding the shield up with my knee and doing this at the same time. I also found out that you really have to hold the top plate in place while you're threading the bolts into it, so I was able to fit my hand through the drain hole cutout in the TRD Pro skid to hold it. If your hand isn't small enough for that though, you might need to remove the TRD skid completely because I couldn't find another area my hand could fit through. Since I found it nearly impossible to hold up the shield myself and thread my 3 bolts in, and I was by myself, I rewinded and resorted to using my Pro Eagle jack to hold up the shield for me. I just jacked it up in place, but tried to leave a little room for me to move it around to adjust its position if I needed to. After that, threading these 3 bolts was 10 times easier, and the reason you see me without a glove here is because it was easier to feel around since I couldn't see where the rivet nuts were. And then I just hand tightened these. To secure the other side of the shield in place, all you have to do is reinstall your crossbars on each side and replace one of the bolts with one of the 4 remaining tamper-proof bolts you have from the kit. Then lastly, using the appropriate key bit, just tighten down all the bolts and you're done. Again, use caution and be really careful if you're going to decide to use an impact here, like me. So that is the install. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. This is definitely a super useful mod, and I'm glad I have it on this TRD Pro. This MillerCAT cat shield will be linked down in the description if you're interested in getting one in both the steel and aluminum version. Anyways, if you want to connect more with me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It is at ChloeKuoTaco. I post more in real time on there. Other than that, stay safe, protect your truck from cat thieves, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!